Hi, so this is the MSP presentation. So basically what we have here is we're full tech service solutions. We're a company, we're an MSP, we're a managed service provider. And so the situation is Globex is this huge company that has recently acquired Sun to Water. Sun to Water is a company that has an aggressively expanding sales team. They're mostly sales oriented. And basically Sun to Water needs help or Globex needs help joining the network of Sun to Water. And Globex is hiring us as an MSP to help with this whole transition, basically.
My name is Shila Williams, a future cloud analyst, and this is my partner.
And I'm Tim Gallagher. I'm a future IT software consultant. Okay, so Sun to Water. Okay, so the whole company overview, full tech service solutions. Basically, we are a managed service provider. As I said, Globex has hired us to initiate the setup and from Sun to Water to Globex. And so what we're going to be doing is we have like automated a couple scripts, what we're going to be showing you in the demos. And we're going to be connecting a VPN to make sure when Sun to Water accesses their networks or tries to access Globex that it'll be secure. So basically the setup includes creating users in the database. And like I said, we've automated that as much as possible. I'm going to be showing you the script, take you through the automation. And then as an MSP service provider, we're going to show you the ongoing support and all the services that we offer, including the cybersecurity. And then, as I was mentioning about Sun to Water, they also have two divisions. It's a sales and a software engineers, and each of them require their own equipment, which we're going to be covering over this presentation.
So, like Tim mentioned, GlobeX is integrating with Sun to Water. The sales department and the programmers both require special equipment that best suit their needs. We're coming in to help with that. We will be helping them set up their database, offering ongoing IT maintenance, as well as creating a secure network so that workers are able to work from home or in the office when needed.
And so the project overview, basically, we set up a network infrastructure for Sun to Water. We use Cisco Packet Tracer. It's what professional network engineers use, such as ourselves. We will show you some of the detailed procedures that our IT staff follows. We take step-by-step processes that we follow, and we're going to take you through that step-by-step. Some of them have been automated. And then basically, we're just going to show you the overall solution that we came up with to meet Globex's and Sun to Water's IT demands.
So services, we provide a ton of services. Some of our services include installing a network infrastructure, recommendation on where to purchase the equipment, setting up equipment once it has been purchased, help desk services, and backing up data. We also offer cybersecurity services as well.
And you see the numbers here. Basically, we're going to go in depth on each of these numbers in these upcoming slides. So number one, I said that we're going to create the network infrastructure. This is Cisco Packet Tracer, and which I was kind of mentioning. It's software that professional network engineers use. So I'll kind of take you through the process here. So the cloud, this is where the internet comes in. And so, like I said, the sales team is going to be set up a little bit different from the software engineers, where the sales team are going to be able to remote connect in. And so they're going to be able to use that using their virtual machines. And so the way that we have it set up as a sales company is that the salespeople could essentially be using their own laptops, and then we could just deploy a virtual machine on their laptops. And so this would be kind of like a VPN tunneling taking place to their outside structure, which Shila will actually cover the VPN tunneling. And then this would be inside the network where software engineers actually have to go in office. They're going to be using they're they're gonna have the Ubuntu operating system. And since they're coders, we're gonna be setting up with Visual Studio Code. And then the salespeople, this would be if they came into office and connected to the inside structure. And then we've got the switch and the server right here. And then the sales team, they don't have Ubuntu. They're going to be set up with the Windows 10 virtual machines, and then they each have their own separate email provider.
Equipment. We do not provide any equipment to our clients. However, what we can do is recommend you guys to the top vendors. We do that with a few things in mind: quality, price, and knowledge. We do that to get the best for our client.
And so I kind of covered this a little bit on the network infrastructure, but the details and the equipment and setup. Sun to Water is basically sales focused, where they have some software engineers as well. And so the sales team has the Windows 10 virtual machines. Software engineers have the Ubuntu Linux desktop. The sales computers have the Outlook email platform with the Microsoft OneDrive. And then the software engineers need the Visual Studio Code to do the coding. And then we set them up with the Mozilla Thunderbird email platform.
Active Directory. So you can see that these are images, screenshots we have taken in Active Directory using Windows Server 2019. On the left side, we have some account users. That's Amanda, Francis, Happy Heather, etc. On the right side, we have organizational users, the OUs, and they're divided by departments. That's finance, HR, IT, and sales. You also have a live demonstration of this later on in the slideshow.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be taking you through this. She kind of mentioned the organizational units. So, and I'll explain that a little bit later, but we divided it up to, we had two different Excel documents where one was the organizational units, which is that finance, human resources, IT, and sales department. And then, so one script was like adding the organizational units, and then the next script was actually adding the users on the left.
Support services. We offer a ton of support services for our clients as well. Those include troubleshooting, software support, email support, telephone support, hardware configuration, and updating your software. We do this using Spicework. Spicework is a ticketing system. It allows our clients to call or email us when an issue arises. If an issue comes to us that we cannot handle, we will escalate it to a higher department.
As far as data backup and recovery, so basically the main difference between standard backup and dynamic backup is a standard backup is a total backup. So it takes a lot more data to do a standard backup, but it gets everything done. And so basically what we do is we do a standard backup every week, and then we do a dynamic backup every night. And a dynamic backup is just what is changed from the standard backup. So it only saves the changes. So it takes a lot less data. It's a lot quicker. And then the procedure is we keep the standard backups on file, and then we start erasing all the other ones to make sure not all the data, or so it doesn't like all the data doesn't cloud our system. And we keep a standard backup on a monthly basis, and then we can restore it whenever anyone needs it. And how we do that is utilizing the Beam software. And so we take a lot of precautions when we're disposing of data. We use Shred It for the physical papers, and then DBAN, essentially if you're erasing something off your computer, if you just hit erase and you delete your file, it's actually technically still there, it can be recoverable. But when you perform DBAN, it's not recoverable anymore. So.
Cybersecurity services. We also offer a ton of cybersecurity services to our client as well. My top favorite are the firewall. That's when our team will come in and do a full assessment of your firewall. We will look for security issues as well as make sure all your firewalls are up to date. Another one would be incident response. That's when a cybersecurity breach has happened. So a hacker has entered your system. We will come in, do an assessment of the damages, and then make a prevention plan to protect you against further future attacks. Another one is security awareness. That is our team once again coming in and explaining to our clients the importance of protecting your data. Protecting your data is a us thing, not just on us. So we have to do it together. So we would come in, explain the importance of protecting your password. So changing your password every month, locking your computers when they're not in use, as well as identifying phishing emails.
Yeah, just kind of going off of the security awareness presentations. Pretty much, I believe it's like the employee is actually the weakest point when it in the aspect of cybersecurity. And so our purpose is to kind of educate the employees on how to be aware of like all these scams that happen from hackers. And so the processes and flows, we've kind of automated this to some extent. But this is kind of the processes that the step-by-step processes that we take when an employee gets onboarded versus when an employee gets terminated. So basically the HR initiates the onboarding. They tell us that an employee is going to be hired. Then we set the employee up in the system. We provide them with physical access cards, their email address, set up their account, and then we give them the actual machine or virtual machine or whatever in that situation. And then as far as the termination process, IT gets notification that the employee is no longer with the company. And then what we do is disable their physical access, their accounts, and then we send out a notification to other employees. And then we copy all the data from that user's account, and then we wait a certain amount of days, and then we actually delete the employee's account, but we keep a copy of the data. And now it's time for the demo. So here. Well, what I'm going to demonstrate for you is how we set up the organizational units and how we are going to automate whenever the users or automate a bunch of users going into the system.
So Tim is going to do the server, and I'm going to do a site-to-site VPN. A VPN is basically a virtual private network.
So I clicked it a couple times. So what I'm going to show you a little bit about the script that we wrote. We actually went ahead, we divided the script up into 3 different parts. And the scripts, I guess we actually already ran the first 2 parts because I can explain a little bit what each of the scripts did, but essentially like it restarts the virtual machine and for the first script, which kind of takes a while to get it redeployed. So we were trying to just save time. And then the second script, it installs the Active Directory and it takes you through an installation process, which also takes some time. So we, in order to save time, we actually just ran through everything. And then I can like briefly, so the first one is just kind of configuring the IP address, setting up a network, and setting up the computer name. And then the second one is it installs and configures the Active Directory, where the information is going to be stored, and installs installs categories. And then this third one that I'm going to be running for you, this will actually create all the organizational units, and then it'll fill the customers or the clients into the organizational units that we created. And so we created 2 Excel spreadsheets for this. And so one is just the departments and one is the users. And basically, it the third script calls on each one of these Excel documents. And so how we're going to be able to see that this worked. So actually there's going to be this is the users that come already pre-installed, but there's going to be an extra folder here, and then you're going to see all the employees that we had. So I'll go ahead and run this script here. So it's actually individually adding all the things that we individually put in on the Excel spreadsheet. And then when we come back to here, looks like it's finished loading. I'm going to hit F5 and refresh. Actually, trying to figure out where to locate these now. Oh, okay. So here it is, right here. Oops.
Refresh it again.
Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah. Something, I don't know, something must have happened when the computer restarted. So I'm not exactly sure if the first one and the second one. I'm just going to check and make sure the first and second one have been installed. When I hit tab, it's not actually auto completing. Okay. I guess the first and second parts of the scripts were actually are not installed right now.
Okay.
Actually, it looks like they might have been.
I think it is.
So
I should
here, I
already
might,
installed. That was already installed too, Tim.
yeah. Should I guess I'm gonna try installing this, the third one again. Okay, yeah, it looks like this one's already installed too. Um, yeah, it looks like all these been added. Hmm. Well, I guess this is embarrassing because I can't find the users in this Active Directory now. I mean, Shyla, do you just want to continue with yours now?
I can.
Did you
Okay.
close Active Directory and open it back up?
I was thinking that too. Just be a little patient, guys. It runs really slow.
Yeah, the virtual machines take a little bit. Okay.
There you go. There you go, Tim. Let's get it.
Okay, so all right, yeah, here we go. Oof. So yeah, here are the different organizational units, the 4 different departments that we had. And then you can see the names that we added to it, like IT. Um, so yeah, these are all the users that we added from the script. Okay, and then I guess that's like a demonstration of our troubleshooting abilities as well. And then
Sometimes
I guess
technology.
I'm going to share the screen with Shyla, or grant her remote access, and then she's going to take it from here.
Found you. Great job too, Tim.
Thanks.
So like we mentioned earlier, I'm going to do a site-to-site VPN. That's a virtual private network. We mentioned earlier that the sales department need Windows 10 virtual machine. So that's what we have right here. I don't know if you just kind of hovering over it. It's the same computer the sales department will be using. And I'm going to connect it to a GlobeX server. It's going to allow for both of these computers to like share files between each other behind a private network. So it limits hackers. I'm going to be using pfSense, and it acts as our firewall. So it monitors what's coming in our network. Don't embarrass me now, technology. Let me make sure the firewall is off as well. Finish. Okay, so it's not connecting right now. So that either means our firewall is on, or it can mean a bunch of other things too. Nope, the firewall is off.
Mm.
I'm running an IP config to make sure that it has the right IP address on there. It's right too. Okay, okay. That is right too. I'm going to phone a friend. Matt, what am I missing? I checked the IP config.
Did you make sure both firewalls are up?
The firewall on the Windows 10 virtual machine.
No, both PS Sense devices.
Yep, they're both running. Boom. And boom. And the IP address is correct. Should I do a reset?
Maybe just a quick restart on the firewall.
Fire on the
On the
PFSense?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to reboot the systems on the PFSense. Okay. Pistons is loading. It's gotta be patient. Okay, one has booted up. Waiting for the second one. There we go. Fingers crossed, guys.
Let's hope it works.
Does not like me to, okay.
Did the status scroll off to the right side? On your left
We're on the
PSN?
Sorry.
PSN. Just to see if it established a connection on the Windows 10 virtual machine.
Oh, did it go?
Oh yeah.
It did go.
Yeah.
I was panicking for no reason. Okay, so now that we have made a connection with the Windows 10 virtual machine and the Globex server, now I'm going to share a file between the two to let you guys know that they're able to share files back to back over a private. Right now, I'm connecting my virtual machine to my server again so that we can share files between each other. All these pop-ups are coming up. Hey, we have been connected. Now I'm going to go back to my server, create a file, and it should work. Fingers crossed. Create a new folder. I'm going to name it We Did It. Now I'm going to share that folder with everyone. Got you. It says the folder is shared, so it should be now on my Windows 10 virtual machine. And there it is.
There we go. Nice.
That's all.
Yep, that concludes our presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
I just want to remark that the troubleshooting was done in the most calm manner. I am so impressed with that.
Yes.
For sure. I was going to say, I know some system admin folks who under the pressure of a presentation, had it something not worked like that, their demeanor would have been a lot less calm and collected. So very good job. And just persistence in working through it. I think you experiencing the day-to-day life of someone working on the admin side, sometimes things just don't work, but go back, refresh, and do it again, and voila, it worked for both
Thank
of you.
you.
So
Yeah.
congratulations, great presentation.
Thanks.
If you think back to May 31st, when you started with Anthony, do you feel there's any way you would have even known half of the terms that you just used?
No,
No,
I can't say
no.
Matt knows his stuff. Matt does know his stuff. So thank
Yeah.
you, Matt.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Matt.
It's awesome. You guys did a great job. Very
Thank you.
impressed.
Great job.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.